These are times that I are sold. Tomorrow, I'm guessing everybody will get 0 wrong because this is just.
We have a test tomorrow, or is it on Thursday? Or is it on Friday?
Today is
Let's
Thursday.
go with
Bud.
tomorrow.
Oh,
Let's
today's
go with Friday.
Thursday.
Parker, what do you say? All right, Carter Altenberg, what do you say?
Answer to 16.
Number 16 should be 19 over 6. Parker, what do you say?
1.
70 miles per hour. How do you do 1? How do you do 1? Well, me personally, I always start off jotting down the info I know. A train travels at 123,000, what's it say? Yards per hour, correct? Is that what it says?
It's 120,000.
Oh, it's 1,000. There's a big black mark there. That's what I know there. How fast does a train travel in miles per hour, knowing that a mile is equal to 1,760 yards? So here's where we talk about conversion fractions or whatever. This is where the labels, Parker, are the most important things. Because yards is on top up there, on my conversion fraction, to change it, where does it have to be on the new one? On bottom. And they told you exactly what you need to know. 1 mile, a mile, equals 1,760 yards. So now my yards have crossed off. My answer is in miles. It's this miles over that many yards, but you just have to do the division part of the problem. Or reduce it. You're going to end up with this. I suppose I can do 200 over 1760. I don't know. I'd probably get rid of the ending zeros because that's why it's reducing by 10. And then maybe I would divide it out, unless you're confident in your cutting in half part of it, probably. Lots of stuff. 12320 divided by 176. Oof. What is that? 9 or 8? 9. Man, I can use a calculator. 54, 5, 63, 68, 6. 1. Oh man, that's way too big.
Did you just divide it by a half?
Yeah, you could. If you're good at cutting things in half, I would have done that. But I'm thinking some of you, it's really easy to get mixed up when you cut this in half. I mean, I would do it. But 7 times 176 is 42, 449. What? 53, 5, 12, 30. Oh, man, 70 is your answer. Yeah, that's how I would do it, Ava, but I'm not real confident that some of you could cut. Half of 1232 is 6160. Half of this is 88. Half of that would be 44. Half of that is, what, 3080. Half of that is 22. Half of that is 1540. Half of that is 11. Half of that is 770, and then 11 goes in 770 times. So, any way you feel comfortable doing it, but that might be one. Tomorrow, if you don't get an even answer right away, I think I would try it a couple times to do this. I'm pretty sure it's probably going to work out. But it's about conversion fractions there. Brand.
How do you number 10?
How do I number 10? Well, I suppose the first thing I do is make it a little bit bigger so I can see it a little bit better. That's going to be a little too big, but hey, why not? How do you think you do it, Brant? It says to simplify, so I got to get rid of the parentheses. How am I going to get rid of the parentheses? What property we like to call? Distributive. And what are you distributing? This whole thing, including the minus sign, gets multiplied by this, and it gets multiplied by that. What do you get if you multiply this times this? Well, first of all, it's going to be negative because there's one negative. There's only one a, so the a stays. b times b is b squared, and there's only that c squared there, so that's the first term. Then you have to multiply this whole thing times that. Negative and a negative give you a positive. A squared times a is a cubed, and then that b just hangs on the end there. Does that help, Rand? Again, don't forget to multiply through by that negative stuff. Savage? 2? Is this too big for 2? It's ginormous. Which one is it? Oh, 2? Is this one? Oh, 2 is just a definition. It says identify the terms. Wait, do you want me to keep doing this?
No, I'm trying to get notes for it.
Terms are simply things that are separated by addition and subtraction signs that are not in parentheses. In other words, what are you adding together? This is the first term. This is one of them. This is the second one. And this is simply the third one. It has 3 terms. Because if those addition signs were not there, if this was the problem, how many terms does that have? It's just one. It's all one big term. It's all multiplication. There's no addition, subtraction signs in there at all. Because of these, that separates them. They're not in parentheses, so they're all by it's this plus that. That gives it 3 terms. This is one simple term because it doesn't have any addition, subtraction signs. Westfall.
How do you get 19 and
14, 15, 16, 17, 18. It must be over here, is it? Oh. These problems here, ladies and gentlemen, if you have trouble with these, I can only say it's because you lack the discipline of taking your time and doing things nice, neatly, and orderly. Because Carter or Westfall, can you multiply -2 times 3? What's the answer to -2 times 3?
-6.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the hardest thing in the whole problem. But the first thing you need to do is this. You need to put parentheses for all of these letters and just take your time and do it. Okay, I'm going to rewrite the whole problem right here just so. This parenthesis really doesn't mean anything, by the way, but I'll leave it there. And this is what I would do. Here's my x. Then I'll put a big parenthesis for that parenthesis. 3 times y times z, big parenthesis, over x times z. Just put parentheses for all the letters. Then I'm going to put my numbers in. X's are 4s. So 4, 4. That's all. There's just 2 of them. Y's are 3. And Z's are -2s. Any problem with that?
I just got confused with the parentheses. So
And this is all this is all multiplication. 4 times 3 times 3 times -2. Or you could cross cancel if you got so into it, but I'll just do it out because it's just, you know. Let's do the parentheses first. 9 times -2 is -18, and -18 times 4 is -72 on top. 4 times -2 is -8. And then a -72 divided by -8 makes my answer positive, and 72 divided by 8 is 9. Parker, I think, was going to say, could you cross cancel? And you certainly could have. You could have taken this and crossed it off with that, because this is all multiplication, and this -2 could have crossed off with that -2, leaving you with 3 times 3, which is 9. And then on the second one, it's really the same thing, except there are some addition and subtraction stuff in this. You gotta be a little careful with this. Did I get it all in there? Or am I still missing something? But the same thing is true for this. You need to take this and rewrite it with parentheses. 2 parenthesis m minus n n parenthesis cubed plus 3m, sorry, let's put parentheses there. 3m squared. Always my starting point. M is 5, and n is 2. And then at this point, one must follow order of operations. Which means I have to do this. Addition is the last thing I do, so I'm going to simplify that. In order of operations, you do parentheses first, grouping symbols. Exponent has to wait till I get done with that. What is 5 minus 2 but 3? How about Carter Westfall? What's 3 to the third power?
You get your power of 9.
It is not. That's 3 times 3. 3 times 3 times 3 is 27. Again, there would be lots of notes to solve. And then that 27 is times this 2, which gives you, for this part, 54. Over here, you must do the parenthesis with the exponent first. You can't do 3 times 5 and then square it. You have to do 5 squared first, which is 25. Multiply that times 3, which is 75. Adding 54 and 75 together, looks like 129 is the winner. But again, so much of that depends on you taking your time and doing it slowly. Using a whole giant piece of paper for it would probably help. You get, oh, did you get all right? Respect that I'm small, so the board play. Hey,
16.
16. Hey, Mrs. Leadham.
Hi.
Does the sausage need to be cooked, or do I eat
It's
it
already
raw?
cooked, so you just need to warm it up in my.
Oh, it's just warmed up though. You don't eat it cold. You know some
You
sausage.
could. I cooked it last night.
Oh yes, I am a carnivore.
It's one of my faves at mine.
That is
Yeah,
true.
I thought you'd get a. I thought you'd enjoy it.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
16, Faith?
Yeah.
And those of you that number 16, there's a couple different ways to think about it, but I suppose I go with this. Again, it seems like it's the fractions that confuse everybody. So a lot of times, think about what you do if there were no fraction there. What if this just said 1a minus 3 equals 5? What would be the first thing you do?
Add 3.
Add 3. But it's not. It's a 3/4, so you actually have to add 3/4. When you take 5, 6 and add 3/4 to it, you're going to get, what is this, 10 twelfths plus 9 twelfths, and it ends up being, it's like 19 twelfths. And that equals 1/2 A. And then once I got rid of that, what would I do? Well, if this was a 2, you have to divide by this, but what do you do anytime there's a fraction in front of a letter? You flip and multiply. Multiply by 2 over 1. Multiply by 2 over 1. 2 crosses cancels with this to give you a 6. I believe, hopefully that's your answer. 19 over 6. Or 3 and 1/6, if you got it, that's fine. Is that what I said the answer was?
Yeah.
You get all right? Wake up, Wade. You will be fine. What is we will be fine? Parker? Parker? 3. Said with a questioning tone. 3. Are you saying because you don't know if you want me to do it, or you don't know if you got it wrong, or maybe you've already done it? I don't know.
I mean,
The stem and leaf thing?
yeah, I got it. I got it right.
The stem and leaf plot shows the scores. Find the median of the scores on the math test. Well, one must know what median means. What's median? Middle. So in order to find the middle, you need to know how many scores there are. So the stem and leaf thing means this. This is 58. This is 63, 67, 69, 70, 70, 73, 77, 78. So you need to know how many scores there are, which this tells you. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. If you have 18 numbers or 18 things, the middle of it is not 9, it's between 9 and 10 actually. You know what I'm saying? If you have 19 things, which I don't want. Wait, if you have 18 things, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The middle is here because there are 9 on this side and 9 on that side. So when that happens,
Alright.
you have to find, if they're not the same number, you have to find the average of those two numbers that fall. So you got to find the 9th and 10th number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. 78 and 79, or 80, I'm sorry. And maybe you know, you'd find the average of that, but it's the number that's right in the middle of those. What is right in between 79 and 80? 80 plus 78, let's just do it. It's 158. If you divide that by 2, you get 79. Was that the answer? Did I get that right? All in all, it seems just another brick in the wall. You say, hey, teachers, make those kids go home. Westfall.
Answer to 7.
The answer to number 7 was -5. Hey, Goss,
How do you do number 15?
number 15. If I can find it, we'll get there. Is that on the side?
Goes down.
Just down? Oh, no. Amelia, would it help if we took this problem and just flipped these things around and put the 1/3 on this side? Make this a little bigger. And made it 1/3 x equals -6. Would that make it any easier?
Probably.
What do you do anytime there's a fraction in front of a letter?
But then multiply.
All you're going to do is take this and multiply by 3/1. Make this a fraction, multiply it by 3/1. So it's going to be 18/1, or -18/1. Right?
8.
You do 8. Right over here. See how quickly we navigate to number 8. Okay. You think you just add or multiply?
I did it a couple times and I keep getting different answers.
Well, you tell me what'd you do first?
So 5 minus 3 is 2.
Let's start with that. I'm gonna just take my time and do this because again, I have found that the more time you take, please tell me you didn't add 6 plus 2 together ever, because the thing you're gonna do, this is all gonna get you one answer that's gonna get added to 6 as your last step. All right, so the next thing you did was, I'm sorry, which
yeah,
is
that.
what?
8.
8. So now I have 8 plus 4 times 2 plus 6.
Then I added 8 plus 4.
And you got 12 bracket plus 6,
Then I multiply 12 and 2.
which is 24 plus 6, which is
I multiply by 2. 24 and 6.
4. Here, this is an important little symbol right here, Kate. The guy said add. And who decided to make that the plus sign? He could have made it any sign you want. He could have done this. I want that as a good addition sign.
Pretty cool. It can make it small.
Or this.
That would be hard to do.
That would be hard to make.
No, you get used to it after a while.
Yeah. It's like the braids. Who would have thought of that thing? That's not, that's easy to Carter Westfall.
That's
Hey, number 15 again.
Which one was 15? Up here, across.
cross.
What was the question?
I just wanted to see if I
Just got a fraction in front of the letter, so you just put multiply. Grant, nothing? You are so solidly grounded on this test, you have no questions whatsoever? Nice. Amelia?
What was the answer to number 5?
Number 5 was A to the 7th, B to something. 13, 12. A7, B 13. Parker?
Can you go back to 8?
I would love to go back to 8. Is that the one we did already? What piques your curiosity there? I would say careless mistakes are things that usually cause people on these. Like 2 to the 3rd power 8 and that's 6 instead of 8, or multiplying 6 times 24 rather than adding it together. Those are just those sort of things. Parker!
I think it's 6.
16?
16 minus 10.
Alright, same thing, just make sure you're following order of operations. Parker, walk me through this. What would you do first, what, and why?
Exponent.
Sure. What do I get?
8.
This is 8.
Yeah.
This is my little dot times 6 plus 2, 4 minus 5 squared is, which one's dividing? This one?
4 divided by 2.
Oh, is it? That looks like plus or minus. I'll grant you that. 4 divided by 2. What's 5 in the second power, Parker? 25. Did you get that far?
Yeah.
Alright. So now what's the next thing you do? In order of operation of what's left, we don't have any parentheses, we don't have any exponents, it is multiplication and division from left to right. 25 minus, here's 4 divided by 2, that's the first one I come to, that is 2. And then 6 times 8 is 48. And then some people look at this and they go, oh, 48 plus 2 is 50 and 25 minus 50 is 20, but you can't do that. Because order of operations say, because addition and subtraction fall on the same level, you have to do it from left to right. You have to go 25 minus 2, which is 23, and add 48 to that, which is 71. Did I get that right? I don't know how hard this is standing in front of the big board. It's really hard, really easy to make like silly, stupid things. Oh, look at Taylor's looking at old testimonies.
Yeah, the
Ones that you don't take home.
I know, I took it home.
Westfall.
answer to 5. No, it's 5. No, not 5. 7.
7 was -5. And if that, we might as well talk about that shortly. Again, trying to confuse you here, you have to remember, this negative is outside of the absolute value signs. Absolute value signs are like grouping symbols. You do what's inside of them first, 9 minus 4, which is 5. And then the absolute value sign of 5 is 5. But that doesn't change the negative that's outside of it. Okay? That negative has nothing to do with the absolute value part. Even if that was a -5 in the middle, it would still be -5. Sure.
Answer to 7. And 5. And 5.
Answer to 5 was A to the 7th, B to the 13th. Which, if I look up there, I see 7 A's and I see 13 B's. Tick tock, ticky tock, tick tock, ticky tock. Yes, sir. Parker.
What was 7?
-5. Evelyn, what is your question, Evelyn? Do you have one?
I wrote down the wrong number.
That's your question.
This is like every day. This is every
Congratulations.
I will tell you, your chances of getting the problem right diminish greatly if you write down the wrong problem. Only something that I have honest. This does not look like severe. Again, problem number 12 when it comes to tomorrow's. What you gotta do is pick a number, figure out what the answer would be with that number and what the process you did with that number to get that. And then instead of writing that number in there, you put the, yeah.
Could you do number 12 on the board?
I certainly could. Number 12, this is your strategy. Write a rule in function notation, and in function notation just means you write it as f of x or f of what number. Now the problem, Brant, is picking a rule, because they give you a bunch of different operations, and I said, the easiest way to figure out what your rule is pick some random number and see what you do to calculate the answer. And this thing says, she is knitting a 90-inch scarf, and she's doing 8 inches per day, right? 8 inches per day. She wants, and the question is, what rule can you use to show how much she'll have left to do at any given day? So pick a day. Give me any number of days. Small number, because we don't want to make it hard. Okay, 5. So let's say if she knits for 5 days, Brant, how much will she have knitted if she knits at 8 inches a day? If you do 8 inches a day and you knit for 5 days, how much have you done? How did you get that? Right, so you took 8 and multiplied it by 5 and got 40, right? That doesn't answer the question. They want to know how much she has left. So she's knitted 40, and she needs to knit 90. How much does she have left to go? How'd you figure that out? You do what? Right. Well, you took 40. You took 90 minus 40, right? Now, instead of, well, actually, technically, yeah, instead of putting the number 5 in there, you're just going to say, I'm going to put any number in there. I am going to multiply any number times 8, and when I get that answer, I'm going to subtract it from 90. That's what my rule is. If I did just 1 day, I would have got 8 inches, but I take that away from 90, it is 82 inches. 2 days would be 16, 16, 90. Put a number in there, see the process you did, and then just make that, think about the things that you did, and then make that your rule. Yeah.
What's the answer to 14?
14 was negative 3, 3, 9, and 5. Just putting those numbers into that. You're just taking 3, putting negative 2 in it, adding 3 to it. Negative 6 plus 3 is negative 3. 0 times 3 is 0 plus 3 is 3. 3 times 3 is 6 plus 3 is 9. And so on. 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 4 different numbers. Is there more? Actually, I tried to do this. Wait, how many did you miss?
3. But I know I did. I'm sure it was made the bad mistake.
Error of omission and commission.
I'm just lying, that's because I wrote the wrong number.